Black Ops 7 was just given its worldwide reveal in the form of a trailer at Gamescom, a Black Ops 7 Direct, a blog post, and large creators giving their thoughts after visiting Treyarch early, and in this video I'll be going over all the details relating to zombies and my thoughts on everything. Before we start, I'd like to say that I am someone who holds optimism for the zombies mode, so if you hold a different opinion and are not open to change, this may not be the video for you. If at any point you enjoy this video, a like, comment, and subscribe are always appreciated, but without further ado, let's get into it. To start, the Gamescom gameplay trailer didn't give us too much for zombies. The first interesting shot we see is of Nikolai and Richthofen from the Reckoning end cutscene fighting to survive within the Janus Tower's reception area, but this time within the Dark Aether. You can see the open Dark Aether sky at the top right, which implies this building has been heavily dismantled and destroyed over time. This appears to be our starting room for the launch map by the looks of things. I'll also note that the gray distorted face of Nikolai in this scene lines up with a couple other things I'll mention later in this video, so keep this in mind. The next shot is a post-apocalyptic vehicle driving around with our playable characters. We know from some of the creators that got to play early that this is called a Wonder Vehicle and will be drivable around our launch map. It will also be upgradable with things like abomination heads attached to the front and a Wonderwaff turret. It's very reminiscent of the bus from Transit, but with seemingly more impactful upgrades. And finally, if we let the shot continue, we will see the back of the vehicle actually has a pack-a-punch machine built into it. I do love the idea of being able to bring pack with you. I just hope it's balanced enough to where we don't have it too quickly in the game. Perhaps that is also an upgrade to the vehicle rather than something we get right at the start. And finally, we see the return of Dead Ops Arcade, a mode that has seemingly gotten more love over the years, so hopefully its return will once again be a success. Next up, the blog post, which makes very clear that the return of our original characters are a different incarnation. This is not Ultimus, this is not Primus, these are entirely new versions which we know little to nothing about. And in the pictures seen here, they look very distinctly different from how we just saw them in the Reckoning cutscene. And honestly, I can't express enough how much I love these designs. Their bodies have been drained of all color, save for the dimly lit eyes and purple infection-like strands that cover them. This is in line with the picture of Nikolai that we saw at the beginning, so clearly something has changed them between when we left off and the start of the map. Again, more on that later. We also see another image of this Wonder Vehicle parked outside of Farm. Yes, Farm from Black Ops 2 or something similar, much like BO2, is making an appearance in more ways than one. You see, our launch map is heavily inspired by Transit. Described as a Bermuda Triangle-like hellscape, this map will feature points of interest scattered around the map with fog separating them. But we are also getting the return of survival maps. For newer fans, survival maps were smaller portions of a larger map that were meant to be much simpler and streamlined than their larger counterparts. And Farm is our second map at launch in the form of a survival map. We're told we will be seeing more survival maps as the BO7 season progresses, and whether that's in the form of other POIs from our launch map or smaller pieces of future large maps, only time will tell. Personally, I'm a fan of bringing these back for many reasons. Firstly, these will very likely be the go-to offerings for people who want to casually play the game and grind for camos. Treyarch has notably said it's believed Liberty Falls is the most played map of all time, so it's clear they want the casual audience to join in on the fun. This also saves dev time for the more expansive maps to come later down the line, as instead of designing something small from scratch, they're able to pluck fan favorite areas out of the larger maps and go from there. And of course, these survival maps will be our stepping stones between the larger releases, which hopefully means less lulls like between Shattered Veil and Reckoning. Now we have the Black Ops 7 Direct, and we see here that the end cutscene of Reckoning was only a small piece of the intro cutscene for our launch map. The first new shot we see is of all 8 of our characters on the ground and a mysterious figure leaving through a portal. Clearly this character has done something to our crew, but I swear I'll wrap all of this up as nicely as I can in just a moment. We then see Takeo decapitating a zombie, its eye glow fizzles out, and other than how badass this shot is, I will again point out that Takeo is looking off, much like how we've been seeing the OGs look for a lot of this marketing. We then cut to the direct continuation from the Reckoning cutscene where a figure wearing cowboy spurs walks in, holding 2 cages of floating skulls. I believe it's safe to assume the person wearing the cowboy spurs is the same person seen leaving from the portal wearing a cowboy hat. But there are a few questions here. What are the floating skulls they are carrying? What have they done to our characters? And most importantly, who are they? While I don't have any specific theories leaning me any direction for the first 2 questions, I believe the third question is quite simple. And I answer that by asking, who have we seen wearing a cowboy hat before in the zombie storyline? And spoilers, it's exactly who you think it is, maybe. The most mysterious figure in the BO6 storyline has gone by multiple names. The Shadow Benefactor, the Shadow Smith, the Great Voice, and this name is applied to the person we see at the end of Modern Warfare Zombies pulling Ava Jensen into the mirror in Liberty Falls. This person is very clearly seen wearing a cowboy hat. They are shrouded in some sort of mystical power. Hold on. Something about this person is a bit too familiar. The cowboy hat, the drawing in of characters to do their bidding, like a devil on your shoulder. The Shadow Benefactor, the Shadow Smith. Who is the character you think of when you picture the devil of the zombie storyline? Hold on, go back to that picture. Oh my god. The white beard. This is almost surely the Shadow Man from Black Ops 3. How this is even possible, I do not know, but where there is one, there's another just waiting to be revealed, and I can't imagine either are too happy about what we've done. Now, I may be completely wrong, and this may just be the Shadow Benefactor, who may be someone that we've seen before, such as one of the Victus crew members, or Jebediah Brown. I don't personally know, but this theory is what makes the most sense to me right now. All in all though, I am so excited to see where Black Ops 7 Zombies takes us. The creators that got to play early have also mentioned Diner and Power Station as possibly making a return, so the transit inspiration clearly runs deep, although it is not a one-to-one remake, as some of the other POIs in this map are not from transit, but may even be from other bits of Zombies past, seeing as we are in the Dark Aether, which is essentially the dumping ground for everything from World at War to BO4. They've also mentioned most, if not all, of the mechanics seen in BO6 will be present for BO7 in normal play, and personally this does not bother me. I quite like the gameplay loop of BO6, but I would urge caution for any classic purists, and we'll all just have to continue the hope that a classic mode will make its way to the game. We'll be getting more information on Zombies specifically in early September, and more for all modes at COD Next on September 30th, but until then this is all we know about Black Ops 7 Zombies right now. So what are your thoughts on BO7 Zombies? Is this continuing something you enjoy? Is this bringing back things you used to enjoy? Or are you just waiting to see more? Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. If at any point you found yourself enjoying this video, a like, comment, subscribe are always appreciated, but until then, I've been AQ Devi, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.